Hey everyone, I'm coming to you from my kitchen and I wanted to talk to you guys today about sprouting. Sprouting is something we're going to be talking a lot about next week, and we're going to be using in a lot of our recipes coming up next week because 'tis the season to start sprouting. Obviously sprouts come from anything that's like a bean or a seed, so there's lots of different kinds of sprouting that you can do, and it's a really great fun project to do if you have kids around, even just for yourself, you're home, you're looking for something to do. Sprouting is really fun, and not only that, you're taking a seed that is super nutrient dense. It literally has the capacity to create new life, so it has everything you need in it, and you're sprouting it, you're adding some water to it, and so sprouts end up being some of the most highly nutritious things that you can eat. And you can do it at home just in a day or two. Sometimes they take 4 or 5 days depending on the sprout, and you can create and grow your own food in your own kitchen. So a couple of the examples of sprouts you can use are, there's broccoli sprouts. These are really delicious and awesome. So these are broccoli seeds. You could do alfalfa sprouts. These are the typical sprouts that you see in the grocery store that's in like the little plastic container. So these are most commonly seen, used on sandwiches, things like that. And then there's mung bean sprouts, and these are the ones that I sprouted today that I'll show you, and I'll demonstrate how to do it and how simple it is. But mung bean sprouts are the sprouts that you see in pad thais. So I am gonna make a pad thai with them. I'm gonna be very cliche about that. And then these are sunflower seeds. Oh yeah, I meant to grab my sunflower sprouts out of the fridge. And chia. And remember, like your chia pet? That's what these are, chia seeds, right? And I actually didn't have very good success with them. If any of you have sprouted chia seeds before, let me know. I did do it, I think, well when I was a kid on a chia pet, but I'm not very successful right now on it. Let me grab my here, I'll take you with me. My sunflower sprouts out of the fridge. Got my salmon in here. Okay, so I've got these sunflower sprouts, and then I have my mung bean sprouts. So right now I have them, if you can see, on the windowsill, but I didn't always have them there. And that's one of the things about sprouting, is that you actually want to keep them in a dark space, and then on the last day move them into the sun. Because when you think about it, seeds are in the ground covered in dirt, so they don't need sunshine in order to sprout, and actually they don't really want sunshine. So you let them sprout, and once you come to the end, then you put them out there, and then you can get the green in there, and the green will come out, and it'll be more vibrant, and you'll get more of the chlorophyll and all of that, which is more of the nutrients. So anyway, as you can see, these are my mung bean sprouts. This whole jar is full. Okay, and I'll show you what I started with at the beginning of the week. So I think I'm on day 5 of these mung beans. So again, mung beans. Every seed kind of sprouts a little differently. Hey everyone, it's so good to see all of you guys. Every thing has a different timing. So these do take, what does it suggest? 2 to 6 days. So that means you could eat it on day 2 or day 6. Because sprouting, actually, as soon as you add water to something, it's referred to as sprouted. So you might see like sprouted grain breads and all of these sprouted whole grains and things like that. That actually means it's just been soaked, water's just been added, and then they might even dry it out again, or they might process it and turn it into bread or anything like that, because water just starts that sprouting activation, and it'll get rid of any anti-nutrient on the outside, and anti-nutrients are there to protect the seed or the bean or the legume or whatever you're using from being eaten. But it's a good thing to soak it so it gets off, and then it becomes more edible, and then this also allows it to sprout. So anyway, that's what sprouting actually means. You don't necessarily have to take it to a full sprout, but you can, and you can eat it kind of at any stage along the way as well. They become really tender and stuff like that too. So I just take a tablespoon, that's it. Most of the sprouting that you do is about a tablespoon or even less. And you put it in your jar. And I have these, they're kind of special, I guess, little plastic, or you could have a metal mesh lid that goes on the top. You can also use cheesecloth on top. But anyway, the purpose of this is so that I'm gonna fill this up. It says with 1 tablespoon, add 2 tablespoons of water. And what you're gonna do is let that sit for 8 hours for mung beans. Some other seeds that are more delicate only need about an hour. And then after it sits for that amount of time, you're gonna pour it out. And then as you pour it out too, you're gonna give it a shake. Every time you drain it, you're gonna give it a nice shake just to really get any loose water off of it. And then you let it sit. And about every 8, 10, or 12 hours, you'll just do that process again. You'll fill it up with water. You won't let it soak, you're just rinsing at this point. So like every 8 or 12 hours, just rinse your sprouts and then shake it out in the sink. And do it again and do it again, and you'll just see the sprouts are starting to grow every day, again in a dark area. And then on your last day, put it in the sun. So that's how simple it is. So I'll show you this. So again, I mean literally right now, let's see if I can put you over here. Okay, so I'm just going to fill it with water. I could be easier right now and take this off. The benefit of having a top is because once the sprouts come up, you don't want to be taking a top on and off. It makes it a lot harder. Sorry, amping up the water here. It does make it a bit harder, so keeping a top on, a lid on all the time is really nice. So anyway, let's just pretend like these have been sitting for 8 hours, right, soaking. So let's just pretend. And it's like, okay, that's great. So now I'm literally just gonna pour it out. This is another benefit of having something like this. And then I'm gonna shake it really hard. And again, I would just let it sit in a dark spot. And then 8 hours later, I would come back and just refill it with water. I would fill it up, rinse it, shake it, let it sit. So you're just really doing that, and that's really it. It's so simple. What else did I want to show you? So again, with 1 tablespoon of those beans, you get this many sprouts. So it's a really effective and efficient thing to do in terms of increasing the nutrition that you have in your food. It costs basically nothing. You make it on your own. You can buy them yourself, you know, at some stores, farmhouse delivery. I got these sunflower sprouts from them. But you know, it's always gonna be more expensive. You're paying, you know, $5, $6, $7 when something like this, I think this whole bag cost me $4, and you know, I'm using a tablespoon at a time. So you can do the math on that. Obviously, this is a really great brand. I think there's the Seed Guys is another good resource. But if you have stuff in your pantry already, like sunflower seeds or your chia seeds, you can also do lentils, which Kara is doing, and Kara will be doing a video tomorrow with lentils sprouting and turning that into our chop salad, which, surprise, is in our cookbook. That's right, we have a cookbook. It is being printed right now, but we are gonna have it for sale so soon. And in here you'll get all of our recipes, including the chop salad that Kara's gonna make tomorrow with the sprouted lentils. So that's a really great recipe, and all of these things are so good to do during this time of quarantine. Again, a really fun project to do for yourself, just to amp up your own nutrition. With sprouts, you can garnish them on anything. It makes everything look so much more beautiful, right? And like even really professional when you put like something really nice, a nice garnish on top. You know, you could put it on top of avocado toast. What else was I doing? You could do pad thai with mung beans, which is typical. Anyway, there's so many things that you can do with them. Sandwiches, all of that. So you can be super sprouty and amp up your nutrition. So I just wanted to show you how simple sprouting was. There's so many health benefits to them. Again, our episode on that, seeds and sprouting, and why they're so beneficial. They're great for fertility. They're great just in this new time of year when we're moving into springtime, right? The energy is rising in the earth. So it's with that energy. It's that bright, vibrant, new, fresh energy. And just also something to think about with what we're doing right now in this quarantine is, we're inside, right? We're kind of dormant. This is a nice thing to be new and fresh and vibrant, which maybe we don't feel like right now because we might feel stuck like that seed. So this is something that you can do for yourself. And also it's just kind of metaphorically like a cool project to do to welcome in the new. It might be a new practice that you've never done before and something that you can do every year. You could technically do it year round, but it's especially good to do in the spring and the summertime is sprout. Because we're going through this really big shift in our world, and nothing's ever going to be the same after this, and I think that can be a really good thing. I think there's so much newness ahead of us and we don't want to go back to our old stuff. So starting a practice like sprouting can be one of your ways of embracing the newness of what's going on, and welcoming this new energy that's going to come into the world once all of this craziness is all over. So anyway, just kind of full circle on the sprouting and the cookbook. So keep your eyes out. We'll keep you posted on how you can get it, and all of that, but it's fantastic. And this is going to be really, I think, helpful for everyone for this next year because it's packed with a year full of recipes. So, you can bring in the seasonal eating and work with your farmers and your local farm boxes and CSAs and all of that, and be really seasonal this year, which is not going to be only good for your health, but the sustainability of the earth as well. Okay, well, we will catch you guys around. Thank you all for joining, and get sprouting. See you later.